How you look and stare so deep in your eyes. I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2, 3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling in my pride is the one to blame, yeah. 'Cause I know I don't understand just how your love can do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now, your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now, your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now, your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, your love's got me looking so crazy, your love. When I talk to my friends so quietly, who you think he is? Look at what you've done to me. Tennis shoes, don't even need to buy a new dress. You and he ain't nobody else to impress. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. It's the beat that my heart skips when I'm with you. But I still don't understand just how your love can do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now, your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now, your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you save me right now, your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, love's got me looking so crazy, love. Got me looking so crazy right now, your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now, your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy, love got me looking so crazy, love. Oh, no, no.
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words. Like me. Play. Toys. Fun. Games. Cheekiness. With. Intimacy. Connection. Relationships. And finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle. You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways, or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
I'm flying high like a bird, but my fluttering wings can keep you from pulling me down. Your mama says I'm a fool, and yeah, maybe that's true, 'cause I can't stop thinking about you.
I'm Ms. Hyde, your trusted BDSM educator and disciplinarian in the Gauteng area. Specializing in discipline-only sessions, I provide expert spankings and canings tailored to meet your desires with precision and care. Discover my range of handcrafted paddles and canes designed to elevate your experience. Connect with me today and explore the art of discipline safely and confidently. I can be contacted on 083 241 2560.
Driving down the coast of Delaware, I had to leave before I fall off the tightrope. Run for my life, 'cause babe, I'm well aware. Need to get out of here right now. Out of my head, yes, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Driving so fast, but my heart won't move. Whatever I do. God, I wish I never met you. I keep forgetting to forget you. And from the start, I should've known your bad news. I keep forgetting to forget you. God, I wish I never met you. I keep forgetting to forget you. And from the start, I should've known your bad news. I keep forgetting to forget you. I pay a fortune for amnesia. And here I'm trying not to jump off the deep end. In every face I see a piece of you. And here I dream of my freedom. Out of my head, yes, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm driving so fast, but my heart won't move. Whatever I do. God, I wish I never met you. I keep forgetting to forget you. God, I wish I never met you. I keep forgetting to forget you. And from the start, I should've known your bad news. I keep forgetting to forget you. God, I keep forgetting to forget you. God, I keep forgetting to forget you. I wish I never met you. I keep forgetting to forget you. Forget you.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Carmen.
She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down her leg.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
It's time for Lola's Lessons.
Good evening, lovelies, and welcome to the 9th episode in Season 6 of Lola's Lessons, your favourite nighttime talk focused on sex education. Let me kick off tonight's episode by mentioning our association endorsement site, Z-Nights. Z-Nights, the exclusive playground for adventurous couples and singles into meeting and parties. Flirt, connect, and play with like-minded friends who enjoy life to the fullest, just like you. We want you to have the time of your life and experience all Z-Nights has to offer. When it comes to play and parties, Z-Nights is your biggest online guide to the hottest parties and workshops in and around South Africa. What are you waiting for? Let's get the party started. Join the playground at www.znights.com. Then, of course, our endorsement site, Lola's favourite friends at the Council of Fantasy. Do you want to explore sex positivity, ethical non-monogamy, BDSM and more? Or maybe you just want to shamelessly socialise, show off your liberated products and services? We won't judge. Join the vibrant WhatsApp community where open-minded adventurers unite. Learn, grow and connect with like-minded individuals. At the COF, we celebrate all genders, people and styles of sexuality. Find your tribe at www.counciloffantasy.co.za or head on over to Lola's website, lolastfm.live, and join the WhatsApp community for a taste of something special. Your Lola Blakely production moderators for this evening is Mr. Black Dragon, Miss and Mrs. I nearly said his Inferno because it's on my list to read, but she's not here, and Miss P. And our production manager for this evening is the ever whip-cracking firecracker herself, Miss Medusa. As always, feel free to engage with our moderating team and send them a wave or ask them any questions during the airing. They're here to keep us safe. Now, it's around about that time where I get to introduce my beautiful blonde bombshell of a co-host, the one and only owner of Play With Me, Miss Carmen Ellie herself.
Hey, Lola, it's me,
her
Carmen. It's me.
And she's a sexy lady. Let's just love this for her. The song gets me going every week, you know this.
It does, hey?
How are you, my gorgeous Carmies?
I'm so good, other than freezing, flipping cold.
I mean, you know me. I love this weather, right?
You're in your happy place this winter, that's for sure.
Listen, I was standing outside having a little cigarette just earlier, and my husband saying to me, "Get your ass inside, you're already sick." Everybody can hear my voice is like very fucked up. But anyway, so my husband says to me, "Get your ass inside." I'm like, "Baby, I live for this shit."
You do.
And he just goes, "Okay, Triple X," and he closes the door. I'm like, you can't win with me sometimes.
Hey, frozen eyeballs and all. You stand outside, you get frozen eyeballs today.
I love it. It's my vibe. It's just my vibe. It's as cold as my heart.
Bull. Okay, I'm calling BS on all of that. I'm sitting here in a freezing cold shop. It feels freezing cold now as it gets later with my penis slippers on. That cheers me up. It's like, okay, cool. I'm going to be late. I'm putting on my slippers.
I can't believe you've got penis slippers and I don't have penis slippers. Like something, there's a glitch in the matrix because I don't know how this has happened.
Someone arrives here today and she's like, "What is sticking off of your feet?" I'm like, "They're my penises on my slippers." It's cold.
Finished. You got dicks on your feet. I love that. Walking on dicks all day long. That's such a common thing to do too. Love it. I love it. How's your week been?
My week has actually been really good and productive, I must say. And then I got, you know how much I love reading. Do you know how much I love reading?
No, I didn't know you read.
That's because as much as I love it, I don't take the time to actually read, right? Because,
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
everything else always to be done. So a friend of mine
Yes,
dropped
of
off a
course.
book, Nancy Friday's Secret Garden. Have you read it?
Do I look like somebody that reads?
Lola, enough series. Okay, I'm going to find a copy
yeah.
of this book because this he found in this little bookshop in PE. He searched countrywide for this book, okay? He has
Yeah.
left it with me, which means I can't be reading it in the bath and nothing can happen to this book, okay? But what it is it's a compilation of females' fantasies. And she captured this in the 70s.
Oh.
This book
Okay.
makes you feel guilty just by turning its pages. So I'm officially reading again. Okay, I'm finding you a copy of this book. It is fabulous.
No, my love, I'm not reading it. You know what we can do? We can find like one of those, an ebook, not an ebook, but one of those where somebody reads to you. I'll do that.
I will
I'll pop
read
in my
it to you.
earphone.
I will read it to
Will
you.
you?
Okay, yes.
If I can hear your voice reading me something kinky, I mean, I will be in puddles all day long.
I'll stop breathing mid-sentence. Hey? And then he walked through the door. No, let me not read the book.
Do you find voices attractive? Like certain voices, do they just do that for you? Do it for you?
I do. And then with some audiobooks, I find the voice annoying.
Oh, really?
Why?
So I've got certain voices. I'm asking because it ties in with tonight's episode, right? It's the audio kind of vibes that we're going for this evening.
Yes.
So I'm asking because they are.
Morgan Freeman's voice.
Oh, that is a good voice.
And your voice.
And mine. Really?
You know it.
I mean, I can make my voice really husky.
You can.
And then I can just whisper in your ear. Let's not do that. So there's a couple of voices, a couple of people that I've met in my life where I'm going, if you growl in my ear, that's
I'm
puddles.
yours. Yeah.
If you tell me I'm a good girl, puddle. If you say to me, come to bed, puddle. But I must say, I'm the same with music. And that's why tonight's episode is so important to me. I'm the same with music. There's literally certain songs that I find I climax better to than other songs. So we've gotten a very exciting episode planned this evening. And the listeners are going to have to bear with us because it's not going to be something conventional that Lola's Lessons is always doing. This is going to be all about how the frequencies actually evoke emotion. So that's actually what it's all about. So yes, you're going to hear a couple of old treffers, but that's good because it's going to explain what the frequencies do to your mind and to your arousal methods. And we've got the perfect guest for this because she's also got her own dance studio. Without further ado, let's introduce our guest for this evening, Dr. Marina Basson. Dr. Marina Basson, has got a PhD in sociology, is a specialist in relational diversity with over a decade of experience as a wellness intimacy coach. Dr. Basson is known for facilitating dynamic group workshops focused on developing skills in intimacy, conscious communication, and conflict resolution, both in personal and professional settings. She also leads corporate team building sessions designed to foster connection, empathy, and effective collaboration. Additionally, Dr. M offers popular online short courses for those interested in exploring wellness intimacy coaching. whether to enhance the existing practice or to embark on a new career path in this growing field. You can reach her on Dr. M at inspiredintimacies.co.za or South African dialing code +27 76 836 4065. Dr. M, you're just going to have to unmute yourself at the bottom of your screen. You'll see there's a little microphone. Just click on that microphone. There we go. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Hello, Lola. Hello, Carmen. So nice to be back. And I've been having a good laugh at your intro. I was, yes,
We
thank
switched it
you.
up
And thank you to
slightly.
all the listeners. Uh huh. I love it.
So, Dr. M, when we originally spoke about this episode, and I pitched it to you just before we started the last 5 episode of Lola's lessons, I pitched this episode to you, and you were going, yes, 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 I want to do it. Yes. I mean, and you've really been busy with all of your collaborations internationally and abroad. Why don't you just pull the listeners into what you have been busy with and why you haven't visited us in the show on the show for quite some time? What's been keeping you so busy?
Okay, so I can't divulge state secrets. That's not
Hmm.
permissible. But there is amazing things happening between myself and UJ. And
Hmm.
that's the University of Johannesburg for starters. But I will let you in, I will post it as we go along. And then we've also got the international research on swingers, comparing Canadians, Americans, and South Africans. So the
Hmm.
data is in. We're busy writing up the journals, the articles. And we've also got articles being posted on my thesis in international journals. The first
Oh,
one's actually
wow.
going through within the next week or so. So it's been a crazy, hectic period. And the data itself is super, super interesting. I might just add, even though this episode has nothing to do with consensual non monogamy, South African women or South African swingers, women swingers, are amongst the highest educated in comparison. Yes, yes, believe it or not. South African women masturbate the least, the least in
Oh.
comparison to their Canadian and American counterparts. I know. And the other thing was they are amongst the kinkiest out of
Yes.
I flipping kid you not.
I love that for us. Yes. What
Yes, just think
amazing
what they're doing.
research.
I'm super stoked and excited. I can't wait to get these articles out there. The data is very rich, and we had a super super innings on people that responded. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of writing, reading, arguing, analyzing, but it's all worth it in the end. It's all worth
Mm.
it.
Well, I
Wonderful.
love that for us. Thank you so much for doing all of this research and then educating us on where we stand
Mm.
in and amongst the rest of the swingers of the world. But back
Apparently,
to
we're
tonight.
very kinky.
Apparently we are. But I know Medusa's going, oh yes, baby, that's so true. That's right up her alley. Dr. Basson, let's kick off tonight's episode. How do music and movement impact emotional intimacy between partners? What have your research like brought to your attention?
Okay, so that is such a rich topic that one has to take it in sections. And we can look at it in terms of the rhythmic connection, which really means or refers to how music, dance, and frequencies will influence libido, intimacy, and emotional well being, because everything is interconnected.
Mm,
Frequency is like energy, everything is interconnected. So let's start by saying that it's very important to recognize the connection between music, dance, and human intimacy and how it is shaped by what we hear, how we move, and how these relate to the hormones that are released. and how our brain is triggered with what we see, hear, feel, the way that we move, no?
Mm,
Because all of that not only releases hormones, it also plays a key role in our desire, our emotional closeness, and of course, our overall relationships. So,
mm.
if any of the listeners are wanting to understand more about hormones, because I'm not going to go into detail on that, I do suggest that they look up one of the previous pods that I did where I was your guest, where we
Hmm.
discussed it. So, they should really go back because there's a lot of information there.
Yeah, that episode's
So,
called Hormones versus Hormones. WH versus HO, yeah.
yes, so they will get all the details there. And then to put this into context, okay, so for millennia, music and dance um, have served as profound cultural tools, not
Mm,
only for communication, if you think about it, but also for ritual and emotional expression. So
mm,
let's look at things like the shamans or shamans, however people want to pronounce it. And if you think of the way they communicate to spirit, where they're beating on their drum and they're almost going into this euphoric, meditative trance state, okay? Also think about the communication that goes on in what we perceive to be a sheikh's harem, no? The way that the belly dancers that they have, how these portray a certain image for the sheikh to choose whom
oh,
he is
yes.
going to have relations with. No? Okay. So more than just the beautiful side to watch or to listen, now, music and dance have a powerful impact both on the body and the mind. It lifts our mood, it sparks desire, it puts that little flame in the pants, and it also helps deepen feelings of intimacy. And we're going
Mm.
to explore that as we're going along. So I have a little exercise. Tonight, I'm not doing all the work. Tonight, I'm going to ask our audience to please get actively involved with us because this is just going to drive home what I'm trying to explain to them, how the rhythmic connection works. So may I please ask you or the admin to please upload my first photo. And then I'm going to ask the audience to please write in the comments how this photo makes you feel. Tell me about what the dance style evokes in you. Um, why is it evoking that in you? Where does your mind go when you see that picture?
We'll wait for somebody to answer. The admins can also participate here, by the way. If there's any
Yes, of course.
admins listening, there we go.
Uh huh.
Medusa says passion.
Yes, 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 yes. Anybody else? Yes,
Sexy.
yes,
Yeah, it's like
yes,
there's
absolutely.
this desire, and that red dress just, does a thing.
Okay. So, do you want to know why you guys are feeling this? Why you are equating this? That picture. It's because we associate the tango dance and the tango music with those elements. This
Mm,
picture evokes the emotions associated with what we perceive as erotic and passionate.
I
Miss
can see
P
that.
says sensual. Yes.
Mm.
No, because have you ever watched a tango? Have you ever watched how those two people are in perfect symmetry? How they mimic each other's movements, how they even breathe together. It's
Mm.
so
Yes.
hot when you watch them. It makes you lustful.
It does.
No, it really it does. Okay, so now we've had a visual. Little test of how dance, which has now only been visual because I can't actually dance for you on a pod as much as I'd love to. So we've had to use a picture. Yes. I mean, how's the audience going to see this? They're never going to see this. Okay. So now we're going to play around with the audio. perception. All right.
Mm.
So may I ask that you please play my song number one and let it play for a little while because I'd like the people to really, or the audience to really take in. And then I want them to tell me by means of their messaging what they're feeling and why they're feeling it.
Watching every motion in my foolish lover's game. On this endless ocean, finding lovers know no shame. Turning every turn into some secret place inside.
I see Medusa has put lust. Any other takers on what this song evokes, this piece of music evokes in you?
It makes me feel like cuddling.
Yes.
It's like the warm and
Yes.
fuzzies. Yeah.
Yes. I can also still see this the visual of that movie. By the way, how he's like racing away on his bike. Desire. Yes, I love that one.
Top Gun. Yes. Top Gun. So if you remember the movie, Tom Cruise was on his motorbike and he was riding away because him and Kelly McGillis had just had some other argument, and you see
Yes.
her blonde hair and it's all this emotion, and then the next minute you see them and they're making love passionately, and the
Yes.
song is playing, and that's
Yes.
exactly how music. So it might be different for some people because not everyone internalizes things the same way, but yes, this very piece of music does evoke lust and desire and butterflies. And of course, if you're a Tom Cruise fan, well, then it just makes the panties wet as well. Then it just,
I mean, shots fired.
there we go. So, why does this happen? Why do we all have, in this instance, similar um, perceptions or understanding of this particular song? And it's quite simple. It's because music has an incredible way of shifting, balancing, and soothing our emotions. Okay? Just think about when you're sad and that song, not this one, but that song comes
Yep.
on halfway or even at the first refrain, you are belting it out and you are singing that song because it's taking you from a place of sadness and it's sort of elevating you unconsciously. You don't realize that this piece of music is just
Mm,
taking you, it's shifting you. No?
absolutely.
So we're not always aware what music does to us. Also, think about if you're having a particular difficult day and that song comes on, then you
Mm.
kind of sit there and the tears are streaming down your face and you are missing somebody you've never even met. And it's like all this emotion all over the place, that
Mm,
piece of music, and it all happens unconsciously, and
mm.
it's the way that frequency, that music, how your brain responds to it, and we'll go into how the brain works shortly. So this music will stir the feelings within you, whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness, and that is because music lights up a part of our brain that is tied to our emotions, our
Mm.
pleasure, and our arousal. And it's the same area in your brain that is involved with sexual desire, attachment, and intimacy. So I know last week you had a really good part about attachment styles.
Mm.
So I think if the audience is interested in knowing more about that, then they can go back and look at that part. So it's a very intricate process. Music and the frequencies that go with the music, what we hear, what we see, how we perceive it, is very, very intricate, and it starts affecting us in various ways. Okay, so let's explore these feelings a little bit more. And I'm going to ask the audience to please be more interactive. We want to make this fun. So I'm going to ask, would you mind playing the second track? And would you mind letting it play for at least a minute or so? Because I'd like it to hit its refrain, its
Okay.
chorus.
On the dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air.
Okay, so this song just takes us to different places. I don't know if you all felt it. I'm reading some of the comments and it's goosebumps and it's, yes. Does anyone know why?
I don't think I would know why the song has any emotions for me. I obviously know the song personally, but I've never really thought about it.
Okay, so that intro to this Hotel California, the intro is based on a frequency which is measured in hertz. All music is a frequency in hertz, but this specific intro has a specific hertz to it, and that evokes specific parts in our brain, as I've mentioned previously, that elicits this kind of emotion. So when you want to equate music to romance or to passion, then you should be looking for a frequency of 528 hertz. And it's called the love frequency. This particular frequency
Wow.
Wow.
is associated with reducing your cortisol level. I love that simultaneous wow.
This is fascinating to me. I, I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm all here for it.
Okay, so what happens when you experience these regulating frequencies that are good for your body starts reducing cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And whenever you've got an overload of cortisol, you're going to be fat, you're going to be ugly, and you are certainly not going to be sexy because it makes you feel like a blimp. No? So when we're reducing cortisol, no, it is. Just ask any menopausal woman, she will tell you. So when you're reducing cortisol level, you are increasing oxytocin, which is like the happy drug. And this in turn promotes relaxation, rest and relaxation. So you're taking your body, activating your PNS, which is your parasympathetic nervous system. And this then brings you to a state where you are able to actually embrace um, intimacy, embrace the sexiness. I mean, who in their right mind wants to have sex when you are the mur-in with your boss or the mur-in with your husband, or you've just had enough of this world? Are you going to go like, ooh, let me wear my pink negligee and let me stand all sexy in the doorway? Not on your Sammy, my friend. You're going to give them all that look. They're going to run a mile and they're going to go, this Sunny's on drugs. Let me remove myself from her presence. No? But when that frequency hits you, like that guitar in that piece of music, you like just want to grab this man in front of you and you want to smooch into the rhythm in that music because my cortisol is leaving and my oxytocin is increasing. And man, I'm going to eat this man alive because that music just does it. No? And that's basically what happens and what goes on in your brain. You're getting rid of the stress and you're bringing in all this happiness, and this happiness is leading you to sexiness. More,
Oh,
no?
that's beautiful.
Okay, so let's get the audience involved one more time. Well, no, actually, I'm going to get them involved a couple more times. Let's play track number 3. Yes, but I want this audience. Oh, 852 is my new
Did
frequency.
you
Really?
see?
Ah, let's see what 852 is. I'm now curious. I don't know them off by heart. Um, wow, does anyone know what frequency that specific track is?
I mean, I
It's a
can guess
five.
because I know.
Yes,
But that would
it's
be
a five.
cheating.
It's a 528 hertz, and I don't know if the audience experienced it as well, but your breathing suddenly slowed down and it became a lot deeper and you became a lot more quieter within yourself. You
Mm.
almost feel like you're melting into your chair, melting into your surroundings, almost like a surreal effect of what this music is doing to us because it makes you feel relaxed. By the way, 852 is about letting go of fear and overthinking of worries. So thank you to the listener for that. So the reason why we all went very calm, and I see everyone's very calm today. Yeah, tranquility, calming. Yes, of course, because it is a love frequency and it's making you breathe because now you're not hyped up like the other music was where you are equating it to a certain place, a certain emotion, a certain something that happened in your life. This is just taking you inward and asking you just to please be and
I
relax.
like that one.
It-
Yeah.
yes, it's very relaxing. And if you play it before you go to sleep, you'll sleep very well and you'll feel very nice when you wake up in the morning. So in that space where that frequency puts you in, that is the space where you will embody intimacy and the space to explore intimacy. It almost makes you want to lie on the bed and have your partner and you touch each other gently and stroke the body and kiss and cuddle because it's just that gentle. It's just that relaxing, if I can put it that way.
Mm.
So, for the listeners, if you want to explore certain frequencies, then you can just type it into YouTube and you will find a bunch of frequencies that for whatever you're looking for. There is a frequency literally for everything that you may be needing or requiring. Is everybody still with us? Do I need to put some music on here like a rock band that's going crazy?
Perhaps.
I think we do need to go to a slight commercial break. So when we come back,
Okay.
we can finish with the tracks, and then we can talk about a bit more about what music makes us feel in which areas of our bodies. Let's go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in 5.
You care for me when no one else is there for me. You provide air for me to breathe. I'll watch you restlessly. Take it.
Hi, I'm Ms. Hyde, your trusted BDSM educator and disciplinarian in the Gauteng area. Specializing in discipline-only sessions, I provide expert spankings and canings tailored to meet your desires with precision and care. Discover my range of handcrafted paddles and canes designed to elevate your experience. Connect with me today and explore the art of discipline safely and confidently. I can be contacted on 083 241 2560.
I just want flowers and sex. You could come over, no text. With a face that look like my ex. Got me saying yes. I just want someone to come on my door. Carry me to the bedroom and me on the floor. You don't gotta talk to me cause I don't care for company, and love can only lead to regret. I'll tell you my necessity is that you conversate with me less. I just want flowers and sex. You could come over, no text. With a face that look like my ex. Got me saying yes. I just want flowers and sex. Lean back, I'll do the rest. Baby, I know what I like best. I'm already undressed. I just want flowers and
Who doesn't want flowers and sex? I mean, that's all I want. It's flowers and sex. Maybe a chocolate here and there, but I'm on a very strict diet now. So just flowers and sex for Lola. Thank you very much.
Noted.
Noted. Listen, listeners, welcome back to this episode with Dr. Marina Basson. We are discussing the rhythm of intimacy, music, dance, and desires. Do we know what music does to our frequency? And I was saying before we started the episode, I was saying to Carmen, there are literally songs that can make me climax harder than not listening to music at all. But it's certain songs, and it's even certain parts of a song. So I'll be listening to the whole song, but I will climax harder on a specific part of the song. And I've always wondered why, right? Tonight we're learning about frequencies and what this does to our nervous system and how we connect emotionally to that. Dr. M, I mean, you are absolutely the star of the show. I'm just going to give the floor back to you. I don't even have any questions. I just want to know everything you know.
Oh wow! Now I'm flattered. Now I'm speechless. Okay, so up until this point, we've now understood what frequencies do, how they work within the brain, and where in the brain that they work, and what areas they affect to give us the feelings and emotions that they do. But music and music and frequency is not only related just to the sounds that we hear, it's also related to the way that we dance. No? Because dance is also a form of communication. It's something we put to music to bring us to a certain space or a certain um, outcome. So dance itself gives people a powerful way to express their emotions and to connect with others without saying a word. So just think about this. You are on the dance floor and you see this sexy hot guy, and then you start pulling out all the moves. Let me tell you, John Travolta, he ain't got nothing on you.
Your
You
best
know?
moves.
Okay. So as you start moving in sync with this other person, and this guy's caught your attention, and your body start releasing all these happy feel good endorphins and lifting your mood, and you become more aware of your body, of your own femininity. He becomes more aware of his masculinity, obviously, because he's moving in a way that's just saying grab me, eat me, yummy yummy, something to that effect. And it sparks the desire and it deepens the connection process. So I'm going to share, I never like to share personal information, but I have to share this particular example of how intoxicating music, dance, hormones, and everything that happens in that space, how it um, intoxicates you and removes your logical thinking brain from its flipping toriki upstairs. So I'm a Gen Xer. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Gen Xer. So I use the sun as a watch and my parents' voice as a social um, moderator. So I knew when my parents had that tone, boy, you just stood still, you stopped breathing, you disconnected from anything you were busy doing. You just started to listen. So in my days, we didn't have all these fancy things that you young generation have. We actually went to a disco. Our parents dropped us off at the door and we got a stamp on the hand and we went inside and that music was pumping and it was music that actually meant something because when you heard that music you were on the ball, you were going and you were just dancing. So on this particular occasion, as the universe would have it for me, the music was going, the lights were showing, I was loving this music, and there was this guy with long hair, and he was bobbing along, and the universe conspired that all elements just absolutely intoxicated my brain, and I could no longer think straight. And being true to my nature, I walked up to the guy and I said, listen, I really like you. Would you like to go out on Saturday? Because that's my character. But the rule was that they have to meet my parents first. Now you must know There's music going. It's music that's speaking to my soul. It's working on my brain. That's doing all this passionate stuff going on here. It's actually frizzing my hair. So crazy it is. And this guy is, yeah, this guy's just bobbing along. And in my mind is creating the image of him as a real Adonis. Wonderlijk. So the whole week I'm telling my mom about this guy because he has to come and meet my parents. That's the way the rules are so that we can go out on this Saturday. And I can't wait to see him. And I've obviously created this image of him from what I experienced in the discotheque. And it was all those hormones going on there. And oh my bliksem. When I opened the door and reality struck me in the face,
I knew this was going
flipping
there.
hell, flipping hell. This is why it is so dangerous to make decisions when you are intoxicated with all this happy hormones and all this flipping lack music. Because I took one look at this guy and please, no offense, please, as the Lord is my witness, no offense to this guy. He was really a super chap, but he was so not up my alley. It was not even funny. I immediately became domesticated, something my parents were not accustomed to seeing because I'm not bloody domesticated to save my life. And my mom and my dad picked up on what I was doing. I just wanted this guy gone. I don't know. I needed a magic wand. Like, go. Go away. This is not working for me. So I started to wash the dishes and my mom said, no, girlie, you made a promise. You're going to see this promise through. I promise you, never in my life have I ever made a decision while I'm intoxicated with music and rhythm and all this stuff going on in my brain that I'm not even conscious of. Never have I done that again. Oh, Lordy Lord, no. I will walk out into the cold, I will climb Mount Everest, and then I will speak to you, and then we will see whether all of this is actually real or I'm going to have to become domesticated permanently. So, that is what happens to you. That is how your brain and your body perceive um, dance, music, how the hormones affect you, and the stupid decisions you make in the process. So when your physical movements and your emotions fall into sync, it creates that sense of closeness and it starts connecting what you feel on the inside to how you express it on the outside. And please, ladies, take a tip from a Gen Xer. Uh-uh. Don't go and express nothing, anything. Just please avoid the guy until you can see him in the car and you've had a smoke and preferably no drink so that you can see whether it's domestication or, I don't know, some other cation going on there. And dance obviously gives you a way to express that. I wish I could show the listeners, but I can show Lola and Carmen. So imagine now this guy is standing and he's like going like this, nah? And you see his rhythm and you are going, nah? And you're like,
Body
okay, you
swinging
get
all
the
over the
picture.
place.
Okay. So that's what's happening. So you start connecting because you can express this in the dance. The music, the frequency in the music, your auditory perception, your visual perception, the hormones that are being released in your body and in your brain that are causing all this happiness to go into places where there's no brain for it to go in, are making you feel all of this and it's allowing you to flirt without needing a vocabulary. And it's allowing you to mimic that sexual innuendo also without saying a word. Let's take a step back. And there was a TikTok video going on of what they termed a binnerboat sokkie. No, I don't know if you ever saw it. It went something like this. So you can see it. Maybe you can describe it to the listeners. She was soaking with this guy and she was doing small pelvic circles as she's soaking with him very eloquently, I must say. She was flipping magical. But for every step that they were taking, she was doing a pelvic circle. And I'm pretty sure that man had an erection the size of the Grand Canyon because there's no way he could not have felt something with that level of friction going on. Never mind anything else. But
Grinding gears.
everybody, totally, everybody looking at that video or watching that TikTok video could clearly understand what the music, the chemistry, the whole interaction was doing. I mean, they were having sex on the dance floor constantly. So, for the people that don't know, I am a certified SADTA or South African Dance Teachers Association belly dance licentiate teacher. So I've been dancing for over 45 years and I use dance as part of my healing modalities, particularly when I'm dealing with women that have been raped or abused because their pelvis locks. And belly dance is one of the dance forms that will open up the pelvis. And I'll go into how belly dance works with passion and intimacy in a little while. Okay, so now we can start talking about belly dancing because belly dancing holds a very unique position when it comes to eroticism. Okay, mainly because it is embedded, or its history is embedded in fertility rights, feminine empowerment, and sensual expression. So when I did my master's degree, I actually researched belly dancing and how women perceive belly dancing. If you ask a hardcore belly dancer, is belly dance sexual? They will bite your head off, pure and simple. They will tell you that it's sensual. Unfortunately, the reality of belly dance is that it has sexual connotations
Mm.
because belly dance is by women for women as a rite of sexual passage from little girl to woman. Let's
Oh.
think about, so the audience can't see, but maybe Lola, you and Carmen could describe to them. So imagine you're pregnant and you have this going on and you're ready
The
to give
bump.
birth. Okay.
Mm.
All right. So you're ready to give birth. Remember in the olden days, they didn't have epidurals and shitties like that. So
Mm.
what did they have to do? They had to undulate. No, they did the snaky movement where they are bringing the body from the top to the bottom and
Mm.
that brings the baby down. But take it a step forward. No? If you're doing this in front of your partner, what part of your body is jutting into him?
Your pelvis.
Your pelvis and your breast.
Yes.
I mean, look, the movement goes from top to bottom, from top to bottom.
It's very sexual.
Yes, but can you see that? So that that is what's happening. Then you take another movement. So the figure of eight opens up the pelvis, particularly because of the energy that goes through the body. And the figure of eight is one of the moves that we teach ladies who like to sit on top of their partners to add a little bit of spice in the movement, the actual sexual movement. So if you think about it, you are on top of your partner and you are moving your body into the diagonal in the front, then you're arcing it to the back, then you're moving it to the opposite diagonal in the front and arcing it to the back. So you have this kind of motion going on. So this is what a belly dancer does when they're
It's like
standing up.
it's like making a figure eight with your hips.
Exactly. Now, can you picture this figure eight, which is belly dancing? That's why I say it's got sexual connotations. When you are straddling your partner, he's lying on his back, you are on him, and you are doing the figure of eight
Oh
on
my
him.
gosh. That's gonna
Now,
send yeah,
okay.
that's gonna be
It's,
fireworks.
yes, it is. It's going to be crazy. It's very intoxicating. It's very sexual. And it also goes to the rhythm in the music. Can you imagine doing that belly dance move to something like Hotel California?
Mm.
Can you imagine? Okay, so belly dance is a very good way to open the pelvis, and it's a very good way to release energy, that's sexual energy, to build it up in your body. The other part of it, why we say that it does have sexual connotations, even though belly dancers, professional belly dancers, will absolutely go ballistic, is because if you think about the chest areas, look, belly dance is equated with percussive movements. It's also equated with undulate movements, the snaky kind of movements, the rhythmical kind of movements. So think about a man's obsession with a woman's chest. You know, when a belly dancer is dancing and they shoulder shimmy, please not chest shimmy, it's a shoulder shimmy. So when the belly dancer is moving the shoulders, anything attached to the shoulders also moves because it's part of the movement. So now the
Mm.
music is going taka taka doom doom, taka taka doom doom, taka taka, and you're moving the shoulder shimmy, and on the doom doom the chest is lifting and releasing back down.
Mm.
Can you imagine? Oh, no, I can imagine. I know the feeling that men have when they look at this. It's almost like a little baby that's really past its feeding time and it's drooling and the eyes and it's ready to cry because it's like, I mean, I mean. So do you understand how the belly dancing, and it also goes with the music. Let's also think about the visual. Um,
Sorry. Carmen had a question there.
Just a quick question.
sure.
As you were doing your belly dance snake movement, I was watching your wrists as well. So just this week, someone had a chat with me, and they're like, in photography and stuff, you hold your wrist like this as a female instead of, it's all about that feminine energy. And just as you were doing it, it's actually in all of your body movements that really creates that appeal.
Yes, yes. But it goes with the music that accompanies it. Because if you're going to do any form of dancing without music, I think people are going to call a straitjacket on you. No, no kidding. Can you imagine? But when you've got that music going, when you've got that, and it's also how you feel within you at the moment. Look, you're not going to play music when you are seriously annoyed with somebody or annoyed with life. You're just going to retract or retreat into your corner and mind your own business. And if you are going to play music, it's certainly not going to be to be kinky. Truly, it's just going to be to let go type of
Yeah,
thing. But
yeah,
when you are specifically looking to eroticize the music or eroticize the moment or even the movements that you are um, putting to the music, it's everything combined. So the
yeah.
belly dance music, you can belly dance to any music, by the way. It doesn't have to be belly dance music per se. But the music itself, the costuming, the way that the feminine midriff is left open and exposed, and it is flanked by the rounded hips, which are half exposed because the belly dance belt is worn below the navel. So that whole interaction between what I see, what I hear, what I feel, what's happening
Yes,
in my brain chemically, and how I'm portraying it brings about the whole sexual aspect that goes to it. Look, your really professional dancers will portray the dance without any sexual innuendo because that's the way we are trained. We are trained
Mm.
to be performers and not strippers. But someone that wishes to use the movements because they are feminine, they do come from a sexual background, you could use this to absolutely blow his mind or her mind, if that is the way you are inclined, which is wonderful, to blow them all the way to kingdom come a couple of times because just of how sexy it is.
Mm. Well, Dr. M, we've only got about 10 minutes left, and I know you've still got quite a bunch of content to get through. So tell
Okay.
me, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to ask my question. I'm just going to let you go for it.
Okay. So, Lola, will you tell me which track you would like the audience to listen to? We'll do one more track. Which one do you think would be most suited to your audience? Let's see what they come up. Let's see what they feel.
Well, the next one that's supposed to be on the playlist is Thunderstruck, so we can possibly go with a little bit of Thunderstruck.
Let's go for it. Let's see what people's reactions are.
I love the song, by the way. It's one of my favorites.
I was caught in the middle of a railroad track. Underground.
You see, you've got to get up and dance. Power. Another got to get up and dance. Yes, raw energy. Absolutely. But can you see how um, it's the whole package. It's what we're hearing, what we're feeling, how what the meanings we assign to that particular song, and obviously
Mm.
the rhythm and the energy, the frequency within it that gets us up and just ignites us. I'm sure every single person listening to that song was flipping, tapping their feet, banging, clapping, doing something, head banging, because that's exactly what that music does to us.
It's a good song,
Um,
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a mind blowing song. Listen, you can have great divine union to that song because every beat will be a stroke, man. And when it goes thunder, you just explode.
Yes.
No kidding. So, this is why we call the use of music and dance within the intimacy space a multi sensory integration. Because ultimately, dance is the vertical expression of a horizontal desire, and it won't happen without the accompanying music that means something to you specifically, because we
Yeah.
won't all feel the same. My parents didn't think Thunderstruck was very nice, but hell, if they knew how nice it works on point, they would think differently.
That's a good
Headbanging,
song to
hey?
have sex to.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
one of
you,
the listeners actually said head banging.
Yeah,
A different kind of head.
absolutely. So you see, it's all, and when we think about head banging, when we're all connecting in that space and that time frame, we are connecting. And when we connect, we are opening up ourselves to intimacy and to exploring and to happy space.
that's
So
very true.
music and dance don't only just stimulate our senses, they impact on the hormones within our body and the hormones specifically that shape our intimacy. The happy hormones, the dopamines, the oxytocins, the endorphins, and at the same time, it reduces cortisol, man, because cortisol's not the good one. You don't want the cortisol. You want all the happy stuff that goes with it. So it's not surprising that coaches and therapists are increasingly bringing in dance and music as a healing modality within their sessions because it is multisensory and it's integrating everything. It's a way that we can communicate without
Mm.
needing to use words. It's a way that we can feel because music can evoke tears. So if I have a client that's really battling with grief and they can't release it, I will find out what music moves them emotionally, and that's the music that we will share in the therapy session because that will open them up and allow that feeling to go through. If clients are struggling to concentrate on their intimacy skill sets, music can help them because it transcends them over that um, between space and time. It takes them to the next level. No? As long as they're not going, thunderstruck, na 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 na, thunderstruck, because that might be a good idea. Okay. Um, So yes, just to close off the session, like I said, most coaches are bringing in dance and music as part of their somatic therapies because of the way that it integrates everything. And music is a universal language. We all understand music. We all understand dance movement. We all understand the non-verbal communication in the dance movement. We all feel frequency because it's energy and we are all made of energy. We are all interconnected energetically. And then now we understand why this happens because we've understood that all of this plays down in our brains in the place where we perceive and acknowledge intimacy and connectedness and happiness.
Wow, Dr. Basson, thank you so much. What an insightful, absolutely educational segment. I honestly, from my side, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. At least we had great music.
Absolutely fantastic music. I had fun. I'm going to save a couple of these. Well, I've got them now. So
Marina, when you hear the honk of the
Yes.
horn, I'm there in my van, okay? You just bring your playlist and all your pink things. We're gonna go on a road trip. All right.
Yes, yes, yes. We are going to take all of this to the next level of energy. Listen, we're creating Chernobyl here.
Thank you so much.
listen,
It's
listeners,
my pleasure.
next week we are ending off Lola's lessons for the very last time. It's going to be a lot of tears, but we'll leave that for next week. It's going to be a fun one. You guys don't want to miss it. But before we end tonight's show, right? I am going to let you guys in on a little secret. There is an artist now that we're doing this segment, right? The rhythm of intimacy, music, dance, and desire. There's an artist who has the most a record amount of playlists of a record amount of his tracks loaded onto random sex playlists on YouTube. This artist is called 2 Feet. I have one of his songs that I normally play on the playlist when we like waiting for the room to open and during commercial breaks. But I'm going to end the show off on two of his songs, and then go and search for this artist and add him to your sex playlist. People have been found having sex in his concerts as well. This man is is a genius when it comes to that frequency. So we'll see you all next week, same time, same place. Enjoy listening to some sex songs while we tune out.
Fucked and drank all night, acted all alright. Had no need to fight tonight. Fucked and drank all night, acted all alright. Had no need to fight tonight. Cast me far away, play these little games, acting all okay, today. Cast me far away, play these little games, acting all okay, today. Twisted love, twisted love. She's just that type of girl. She's just that type of girl. She's just that type of girl. She's just that type of girl.